work requirements to keep their SNAP benefits for more than 3 months. The updated rules follows the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which expands the age range from 18 to 64, previously capped at 54, and now requires proof of at least 80 hours of work, volunteer service, or participation in an education program each month to qualify for food assistance.
Back in 2023, with the Fiscal Responsibility Act, it did include homeless, veterans, and of course individuals, age 24 or younger that were in foster care on their 18th birthday. Those were exemptions prior to that. But now with the new bill, those that are homeless and veterans are no longer exempted. They will be subject to the same work requirements.
So what impact does this have on the island's ABOD population, estimated between 500 and 1,000 individuals? Christine Sinicolas, Human Services Program Administrator for the Bureau of Economic Security, Division of Public Welfare.
And we still have our waiver up until February 2026. We have not been told or informed that that's going to change. But again, anything can change from now until February.
She says the waiver was supported by data from the Bureau of Labor Statistics, which took into account the island's unemployment rate and the number of insufficient jobs. And work is already underway to support those who may be impacted if the waiver is not renewed.
Even though we have an ABOD waiver, we know that we always have to anticipate a plan, right? If the feds don't approve it, then of course we have to have a backup plan. So how are we going to get our people in our SNAP program to kind of help meet these requirements?
Meanwhile, Sinicolas says they are bracing for potential impacts. Destiny Cruz-Langus, KUAM News.
Also making island news headlines is the fact that clear leadership may mean the difference between chaos and control when disaster strikes. But now a proposal before the Guam legislature is raising alarms about who should lead that charge. With more on Bill 179 is KUAM's Nevaeh Anderson.
Bill 179 by Senator Shangu Matautau seeks to dismantle the Office of Civil Defense and place Guam's emergency management under the Guam Fire Department, creating a new Bureau of Emergency Management by March 2026. The bill follows a June 2024 audit by the Office of Public Accountability that revealed mismanagement, overtime fraud, and millions in lost federal funds.
This Modernization Act will give GFD preparedness and response mandates in a new Bureau of Emergency Management. DPW will assume hazard mitigation responsibility for the government of Guam, an agency recognized for their work with federal highway and related funding.
But every emergency management official who testified at the measure's public hearing said the same thing. This may fix one problem by creating several more. Guam Homeland Security Advisor Esther Agagi warned the change could jeopardize the island's federal funding and coordination during major disasters.
Emergency management must coordinate across all sectors, including fire, police, public works, health, education, utilities, and military agencies. Once subordinated to a single department, such as the Guam Fire Department, the authority to coordinate peer agencies is diminished, creating structural inefficiencies and jurisdictional confusion.
She also cautioned that merging agencies could put Guam's eligibility for critical federal grants at risk. Office of Civil Defense Administrator Charles Esteves says the OPA audit never recommended dissolving the agency as a solution to its failures. And within the Guam Fire Department, opposition was unanimous. Fire Chief Darren Burrier believes the shift would erode institutional expertise, expose the government to new audit and legal liabilities, and risk further federal noncompliance. Captain and GFD Public Information Officer Nicholas Garrido stated the merge would spread their force thin.
Adding a full-scale emergency management duties such as policy development, grant oversight, and recovery operations, as well as interagency logistics, would spread both sides of our department too thin.
Deputy Fire Chief Joey Sinicolas shared similar concerns.
The department already operates at the upper limit of an effective span of control, and absorbing additional responsibilities from OCD would risk operational command, integrity, and safety.
Only one speaker, David Fukutomi, a former federal disaster coordinator, testified in favor, agreeing that any change must be deliberate and carefully planned. But the overwhelming message from those in the field here on Guam was clear: strengthen, don't dismantle. As lawmakers weigh what comes next, the question remains how to modernize Guam's emergency system without compromising the very coordination it depends on. Nevaeh Anderson, KUAM News.
And everybody, please be vigilant and stay tuned because we will return when primetime continues after this.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Anything's possible.
College is possible. Retirement is possible. Adventure is possible. And so is saving for it all. With our Bank Ohana Savings Special, earn an interest rate of 3.25% for the first 90 days when you deposit $25,000 from another bank into a Bank Ohana Bonus Rate Savings Plus account. Requires a Bank Ohana checking account with an opening deposit of $500. So make your savings goals possible.
Anything's possible.
Reach your possible with Bank of Hawaii.
Welcome back to the show. A former detective who tracked down her daughter's alleged killer after 6 years on the run is now a national push to solve what she calls the country's cold case crisis. Josephine Wenzel is using her personal tragedy to help grieving families and demand federal action through her nonprofit organization, Angels of Justice. This next story is with Matsuki Heyama.
She tracked down her daughter's alleged killer after 6 years on the run and made national headlines as a determined mother unwilling to let the trail go cold.
He messed with the wrong mother, says the DA.
Now, former Guam police detective Josephine Wenzel is channeling that same drive into helping other families still waiting for justice. Wenzel's daughter, 30-year-old Crystal J. Mitchell, was found strangled to death in a San Diego apartment in 2016. The man accused of killing her, former Marine Raymond McLeod, fled the U.S. and remained at large for years, a fugitive on the U.S. Marshal's most wanted list.
They didn't get involved until months after he was missing, when I started making a lot of noise.
But Wenzel didn't give up. She followed leads, coordinated with authorities, and ultimately helped track him down in El Salvador, where he was arrested in 2022.
I was a very strong advocate for my daughter's case, as you can imagine. So I did not let these people get away with anything.
Last week, Wenzel returned to Guam to speak at the Regional Forensic Science Symposium at GCC, where she shared her story and her growing mission. She founded Angels of Justice, a nonprofit organization created to support families of homicide victims.
I recognize a deep disconnect between law enforcement agencies and the families of murdered and missing loved ones. Angels of Justice was created to bridge that gap, offer support, advocacy, and guidance to grieving families.
But Angels of Justice is doing more than helping individual families. It's now pushing for national reform. The group has launched a petition calling on the president to declare cold case homicides a national emergency.
Over 300,000 unsolved murder reported in the United States today.
Their demands include a national cold case task force, expansion of forensic labs and DNA testing, oversight of cold case investigations, federal partnerships to track fugitives, and funding for state and local cold case units. Through Angels of Justice and their national petition, Wenzel hopes to ensure no family faces a cold trail alone.
And even Guam, you're American citizens, your cases should have the same attention and you should have the same rights to getting those things solved and to getting the help you need as any citizen in the United States of America. Because all the Chamorro people that died and the people who have died, violently, they deserve justice. And just because you live in Guam and you have limited resources and stuff, that should not deter you from getting justice.
As of 2021, Guam had 103 cold cases to include 81 unsolved homicides, with each one a family waiting for justice. Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Brought to you by American Cancer Society and KUAM Care Force.
Now, with October being Breast Cancer Awareness Month, KUAM is presenting a special 5-part series, Think Pink, as this week we share stories of survivors and highlighting how our island community is showing support in the fight against breast cancer. And to kick things off, Guam's finest are going pink as GPD joins the cause.
The Guam Police Department is taking its uniform pride and turning it pink. This month, officers island-wide are proudly wearing pink patches stitched onto their uniforms, a small gesture with a big message. Chief of Police Stephen Ignacio says the idea came about after attending a police chiefs conference in 2019 and was browsing the vendors
of this company that made police patches, and all he had was pink patches. And I was like, hey, sir, what's with the pink patches? Oh, He goes, well, I make patches for multiple police departments, and we make pink patches for them to wear in October for Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
The chief says the effort is not only to raise awareness in the community, but also to show support within the department. Officers, staff, and their loved ones who are breast cancer survivors currently fighting the disease or have lost someone to it.
So we're going to be wearing our patches on our left side, our left shoulder. Because when people are driving, right, they have the left shoulder out the window. You get to see the pink patch.
And the show of support doesn't stop at the uniform. One patrol unit now bears pink lettering, a moving symbol that carries a message of hope across our roadways.
I've taken a little bit further, just one step further. I had one of our new cars got pink letter police across the side. Yeah, this is our way of promoting, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. There's a lot of good causes out there, right? But I think cancer and breast cancer specifically is one of those illnesses or diseases that has affected the Guam Police Department. We've had officers who lost their wives to breast cancer. We've had officers whose wives have survived breast cancer. And then internally in the Guam Police Department, we've had employees who've lost their lives to breast cancer.
Meanwhile, at the Dedado precinct, the color pink also plays another role. One interrogation room and even the jail cell are painted pink. While not part of the awareness campaign, the calming color is used to help de-escalate tension and promote peace during high-stress situations. For GPD, it's all about compassion in action, honoring survivors, remembering those lost, and reminding everyone that the fight against breast cancer is one we face together. For Think Pink Week, I'm Jonagan Charfus, KUAM News.
And we just want to remind you, on Friday, you are going to see the power of pink in action. Everybody, we invite you to all wear pink and show your support. You can check us out on Instagram at KUAM News to fill out the free template that you can download for you who you think pink for. You can post your photo or you of your coworkers or your loved ones wearing pink, and make sure you use the hashtag ThinkPinkGuam. In other news, one person has conquered arenas across the nation, and now he's bringing his island-style humor back to 671. UOG's Endowment Foundation is rolling out the laughter and aloha with the unforgettable night featuring Hawaii's own Tumua. Here's Jonagan Charfus again with more.
Coming to you straight from Hawaii, give it up for Tumua!
Born and raised on Oahu, Tumua is one of the hottest names in Pacific comedy. A stand-up over 700,000 followers across his platforms. His sketches and punchlines have become viral favorites among Polynesian audiences around the world. And now he's returning to Guam to make the island laugh once again. After selling out clubs, theaters, and even arenas across 14 states and 5 islands, Tumua's tour lands at the UOG Cabo Fieldhouse on November 1st for one night only. Expect big laughs from this new dad and plenty of island pride.
You know, I love being a dad. It's new material for me. And every day is a new adventure. And it's true when they say that babies grow fast, because she's already 17 months already. So
doors open at 6 p.m. and proceeds benefit the UOG Endowment Foundation, helping raise funds to make college more affordable for Guam students. So grab your crew, get ready to laugh out loud, and turn laughter into opportunity, one joke at a time. Tickets available now at guamtime.net.
funny is funny. And, you know, just because we're on an island, just because we're on Guam, people still can relate to us too. And we want to let them know our funny, So I kind of explained that on stage, and you guys will see that on November 1st. And that's why I call it the Chihu tour, because when someone Chihus, everybody Chihus and brings everybody together.
Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Jonagan Charfus, KUAM News.
Now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a neighborhood house up in Dedido that's festively decorated for Halloween.
Every day, there's something new to discover. Fresh styles, fresh finds, and fresh ways to make your home and family shine. So what's new at Kmart Guam? Ready to assemble furniture, stylish, affordable, and ready to take home today. Dream big with our new selection of mattresses, comfort you can count on. Upgrade your home with the latest appliances, arriving now. Step out in style with new arrivals in men's and women's fashion. Fresh looks for every season. What's new? Everything. And it's all waiting for you only at Kmart Guam.
Win one championship, you're celebrated. Win twice, they call you a hero. 3 times, they say words like legend and dynasty. 4, 5, 6 titles, they'll say enough is enough. But when you've won it all 7 times, what's left to say? The trophy speaks for itself. Introducing the full lineup of Ram trucks. Ram, 7-time winner of Motor Trend's Truck of the Year.
Wesley kicks out. Simon, big 3. Oh, baby! Mosley kicks out. Simon, big three. Oh, baby!
This is a bag. But for Steve, this bag gives him food cred. Because now everyone knows that when they have that craving, or they're just looking for the perfect deal, well, they just need to follow Steve.
Follow him all the way to the new McTerry Deluxe at McDonald's. It's an all-beef patty smothered with teriyaki sauce topped with lettuce and tomato on a sesame seed bun. For a limited time, price and participation may vary.
Samoa is coming back to Guam. The UOG Endowment Foundation and Guam Comedy present the return of the comedy sensation Samoa with his Chee-Hoo Tour. One night only, Saturday, November 1st at the UOG Calvo Fieldhouse. Doors open at 6 p.m. Tickets are going fast at guamtime.net, so don't wait. Special thanks to our sponsors, the stations of choice broadcasting, the Guam Visitors Bureau, United Airlines, J&G, Yamaha, Townhouse, Matson, KUAM Communications, Trivision, Heineken, ASC Trust, BGIS, Advisors Unlimited, Western Resort, Docomo Pacific, Fruits, Raymond James, Bauman Shoe and Black, IT&E, IP&E, Moylan's Insurance, and Pepsi. Get ready to laugh and celebrate and shout, Chee-Hoo!
Viva!
A new NBA season tips off on Wednesday, and the action returns to NBC for the first time in over 2 decades, with a doubleheader featuring the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Houston Rockets. This weekend, there's a special new display in New York City to celebrate the reunion.
Round Ball Rock is NBC's iconic NBA theme song. And below the network's headquarters in New York, 30 Rocks at 30 Rock decorate Rockefeller Plaza in celebration of the league's return to NBC.
I love the idea of merging, sports with fine arts.
Victor Quinones is one of 30 artists who created one-of-a-kind, oversized round ball rocks, each one adorned with designs representing the city and culture of all 30 NBA teams.
I think all the artists nailed it.
Quinones worked on the Brooklyn Nets.
So I wanted to use East Coast graffiti style where it says spread love and incorporate a lot of elements that represent Brooklyn.
An artist known as Mad Steez repped the rival New York Knicks.
What I wanted to do was depict the fans and how how awesome they were and just the energy within the city.
The energy of the art dazzled the passersby.
I think the colors are amazing. They totally capture California.
I don't want to give too much credit to Philly, but their ball is beautiful. I really like it. It's very unique.
One Timberwolves fan did offer a minor critique.
You can see I'm wearing a Nas Reed shirt, so we could have put Nas Reed here. That'd be my only thing to add.
Some different art awaits fans of defending champion Oklahoma City when they open the season Tuesday night on NBC against Houston and former OKC star Kevin Durant.
We are looking forward to it when they drop that banner and Kevin Durant comes back to Oklahoma City to watch the banner drop for the OKC Thunder. Yeah. He should have stayed.
As that tip-off and a follow-up between the Warriors and Lakers beckon, wannabe NBA stars are taking their shot on 30 Rock's custom LED court. Just a prelude for what's to come.
Give me basketball. I'm in. I'm watching.
Mark Barker, NBC Entertainment.
News Bites is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Better Together, Fresco Clothing, original custom design apparel of Guam and the Marianas, and the Guam Army National Guard. Live here, serve here.
Tonight's theme, my friends, I got something special for you for News Bites and everything. It's color night, right? Guam is an island of color, and we have so many beautiful hues here. So, color, right? You got to rock your school colors, right? Arizona State, we beat previously unbeaten Texas Tech. All right, horns up, everybody. Pink, of course, throughout the month of October, we are showing support for breast cancer awareness, so everybody get out there and wear pink, all right? I've got a orange basketball. We're going to talk about basketball in a little bit, but orange is also the color that we are all going to wear on Wednesday because that's Unity Day, where we all take a stand against bullying. Stop bullying, right? And then blue, because blue is Mental Health Awareness Month, and that is this month. All right, we also got some other colorful things coming up, including the Madame International Ball. For the 52nd time, they are having this, and these wonderful women, right? The future is Famalawan, as we always say. Women are celebrating unity for world peace. I love the theme, so we want you to get involved, have a wonderful time, and support the Guam Women's Club of Guam. More colors for you, red, white, and brew. You got wonderful colors in wine and beer, and that is what our friends over at the Maina Parish are doing at Our Lady of Purification. It's on the 11th. I've been talking about this because we love Maina, right? Down at the little village, whole lot of heart. Really nice people too. So show your support, help out the parish, the community. Central Guam is super awesome. And then story time is coming up too. Thanksgiving right around the corner. So our friends over at the library downtown, the Nieves M. Flores Memorial Library, are giving you the opportunity to either show up in person and hear a wonderful story. Might have something to do with Thanksgiving, I would think. Or you can join on Zoom. The entire family can get involved. Super, super awesome. All right, back to basketball. NBA season tips off this week. So I could never do that. I could never spin the ball there. But speaking of people who really can shoot the ball, we got a double header for you, right? 9:30 and 12 o'clock. So all of my students, right, they're on double session. Everybody at Ukadu, everybody at JFK, you guys are going to be able to watch this game, right? So we got Rockets and the defending world champion Thunder first at 9:30. And then this one's going to be good. We got Steph Curry and the Lakers. That's going to be showing on KUAM and on Peacock. Lots of stuff to do, including show off colors and wish some wonderful people happy birthday. Happy birthday to Papa, known to you and I as Joseph St. Augustine. Love Arya Ray and Callie and the whole family. Happy birthday to Joe. We hope you have a wonderful day. Happy birthday number Deuce 22 to birthday boy Lawrence Flores. We love you and may God bless you on your special day, coming from Papa George, Grandma Mary, and family. Solo Malolo. I like that. Hey, you guys start including what village you're from in your shout out. That makes it super awesome. Jocelyn Sablon, happy birthday to our favorite firefighter, paramedic, and TikToker, Josh. Awesome. True island hero right there. Sheila St. Augustine, happy birthday to you, Grandma. Hardworking, strong, and amazing. We love you, and we're very grateful from all your grands, great-grands. So many rules, and then they use like the heart hand gesture emoji. Have a blessed birthday and love your Chodi family. And a happy birthday to Dr. Brittany Cruz, big sister. We love you more than words can say. Wishing you a day filled with love, laughter, and endless joy from your family. Happy birthday to you, Doc. Want to wish your special someone a happy birthday? Just click the QR code here on your screen or email birthdayclub@kuam.com. Brittany is a very, very wonderful doctor. Always going to be Destiny's sister, though. Sisterly love is everything. And you know what? We appreciate you guys always watching us. So please, be good to each other. Stay safe tonight. And we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
All right. Well, it's a very busy month.
Yes.
Right. The last time we were here, we had Miss Carol Hinkle Sanchez.
Yes.
And
Miss Edna.
Yes. So.
The Passenger, right?
Yes.
Okay.
And since then, we've attended the Guam Defense Forum.
Yes.
And then we heard Admiral
Paparo.
Midas and Lasky.
Yes.
Joint Task Force in Micronesia. Speak at the Guam Chamber of Commerce.
That's correct.
Right. And then the draft bill was reintroduced by Senator Sabrina Salas.
Yes.
Manzanani. And then also we're in a government shutdown.
Well, hopefully, that's federal government though, right?
Right, yeah. So hopefully that, by the time this airs, we still won't be in a shutdown.
Yeah, hopefully that changes soon. A lot of that tends to surround, lives of people, and, it's always a difficult thing. I don't recall ever having it extend too long. They end up making decisions to get it through.
Well, the last time we had a shutdown lasted 35 days in 2018 and 2019. That was also under, I think that was President Trump's first in time in office, and then before that it was 31 days, 95, 96 under President Clinton. So hopefully it doesn't last too long, and it does affect some services, on the island. And, I do know some people that got furloughed, so it does affect us. And we just hope that it doesn't last too long.
Right. And then the other thing is a lot of the the essential services, right? Those are continuing to happen regardless, right? And then because we're a veterans show, right? There's our veterans compensation and medical
that's all
are
still
continuing
yes.
to be available to our veterans, to include our the benefit side, right, where you can still apply for your benefits, right?
Oh yes, and the website's still working.
Yes.
So that's good, and a lot of services are still available for our veterans. The vet center is still open. The clinics are still open.
Yep.
You still should be able to get your health care. And I know veterans got paid, because the compensation, that's, like we've always said, is always allocated a year prior.
Right. So even if they do start having the CRs or shutdowns or whatever, already the funding's in there, and if history's any indicator, it looks like 30 days or 35 days was the max. So it's at least 1 month, and they got one whole year to really figure it out. We don't want to wait that long, by the way.
Right, we don't. So we're going to talk about those few things. I know we always mention the boot camp, but we also want to talk about the impact that the nonprofit organization, the HMI that we're a part of, what the impact has been with veterans, we're empowering them, right, to file their claim. And once they file their claim, then they have access to money they never had,
right?
Health care, free medication, VA home loan. There's so many things that they have.
And with that in mind, right, we have a lot of nonprofits out there that go and apply for grants to try to take care of our veterans out here, and that's very noble, and it's nice to see that. And one of the things to really think about, right, is even though they're going in and putting in all these grants and a lot of paperwork, a lot of data, begging for the federal government to give us money, right? That's par for the course. I mean, we don't have any money, so they go beg. Now, if they would just concentrate on getting our veterans to, come out and apply for their benefits, what are your data showing currently?
Well, so we've been tracking. So HMI from August 2024 to August 2025 helped over 337 veterans get their benefits. And what came with that was over $745,000 into the economy.
And that's just the increases, right? That's just since we encourage them and advise them how they can pursue their claims, empower them, right? That's what came with that.
Well, not increases. That's new claims, increases, appeals, right?
So that's everything, right?
That's everything, yeah.
Okay, but what I'm saying is if somebody had like 30% and we encouraged them and assisted them to say, hey, this is how you have to pursue this. And you do that at the boot camp, right? The boot camp teaches them what the 38 CFR is.
Right.
And we've never had this on Guam. Nobody has ever done this, right? No. HMI was who put that together. And we go into the villages. So through the help of the village mayors, right? Yeah. That's how we're doing it. And of course, a lot of the folks that help us, right? Even like what we're doing today by talking about it, right? We're now allowing our veterans and the people out there who know veterans to say, hey, you have to go take care of this, because now more than ever is the best time to be a veteran, to file for your benefits.
Right. And so a lot of people don't know. I mean, maybe the money leaves the island, but most of the time it stays. Yeah. But not only that, if a veteran is using their health care that they're enrolled in, if they don't use the CBOC, guess what they're using? Care in the community. That's at what? FHP.
Right. And yeah, care in the community. Yeah, there almost quite a few of our. I mean, we have like over at the medical. What is it? Where they do all the X-rays and all.
Guam
Radiology. Yeah. And by the way, the owner of Guam Radiology, right, is a veteran, right? So it seems like, you know, helping our veterans, helping ourselves, right? And here's the thing, right? These folks are hiring people. They're getting money because veterans went and filed their claims and have benefits.
You want what's best for your baby, a healthy birth, a happy home. You want to prepare your child for school and see your child take on the world. The Guam Early Learning Council is here to help. To get resources and information on helping your child succeed, dial 311 Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., excluding holidays.
GU Self Storage, located in Harmon next to McDonald's, offers a variety of storage units. With rates starting as low as $95 per month, we offer complimentary use of dollies, push carts, Plines hand trucks, and pallet jack, with a fully covered loading and unloading areas and ADA accessible units. We offer 24-hour CCTV surveillance monitoring, alarm, and individual pin-coded gate and door access, because your safety is our priority. GU Self Storage, voted Pica's Best in 2024. Call 671-648-7867 today.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
That's been the push that we've been talking about for a long time. And many people can say anything they want about it, right? But you talked about $745,000, right, in 1 year. And that's just from the people that we were able to track or the people that came back, right? Because you don't charge for this service, right?
No.
And you don't get any money from the government,
No.
right? And the things that you've done for these folks within the year are things that, had there been an HMI before, these people would have gotten these benefits.
Right.
Had there have been the education process, these people would have gotten this, right? So this is quite important, because I think the numbers of awards coming to us to the island, which that's something we talked about at our task force meeting. We need to start learning what the numbers are that come in for veterans, right? Because you know, some folks are keeping it quiet about how much grant funding they have, and that grant funding should be public information, and that information should entail what veterans can avail of, right? Because the last time I checked, when they give these monies to these organizations, it is their job to use those monies to take care of veterans.
Right.
And there could be some things that go on out there that we probably aren't aware of, right? And we really need to start doing that. But most recently, our symposium has brought out folks like Social Security, the Guam Legal Services. I know I'm going to miss some folks here. DISID, WestCare. And by the way, these things have been there forever. But we haven't, as veterans and through our leaderships, gone out there to explore these things. And it just takes going out there and talking to them. Just setting up a venue for them to come and talk about their services. we almost couldn't get some of these folks off the stage during the symposium because the veterans were really asking a lot of questions about that.
Which was who we had last podcast was Elder Justice Center.
That's right, with Miss Carol.
And that's a free service.
Yep.
And I know a lot of veterans are fall into their range or who they help. So that was a really good resource that we shared and made it push it out there because a lot of veterans don't know what services and resources are available for them.
And it's a new time, right? Our veterans need to continue to educate themselves. They, we're at boot camp. What now?
46.
So boot camp 40. So we've had 46 of these, and we usually have them once a month. And then actually we've had more. Those are the counted ones we have, right? That's the numbered ones because we've done many boot camps at some of the
at some of the
businesses, right? And the point of the matter is, right? These folks get educated, and new information continues to filter through, and we continue to share that so that this information gets out to our veterans, right, and their family members, because these are the types of things that veterans and their family members should be able to receive and have access to.
Right.
This is no hidden secret, right? And being able to present that and have people come and see it, right, is pretty amazing, and it's going to be helpful for the island, right? We complain about not having too many resources coming in here, having the VA care for our veterans, which is what they're designed to do. So when our CBOC says, I can't take care of these guys, yes, you can. You need to go ask for more help, right? And they do a great job up there, right? But could we do more, right?
Yes.
And do we have stories of things that aren't happening out here? Are there veterans that are being mistreated? Are there veterans that may need more help? And the answer is always yes. And that's something that, we have to continue. And I don't think we're going to see any shortage of need for us to get out there and help. If you're a veteran or if you want to help veterans, nobody stops you from doing that. You can get out there, help, if you got some way of contributing, do so.
So let's go back to the Guam Defense Forum. So we heard Admiral Paparo. He was the guest speaker.
Yes.
And then we heard from Admiral Midas, Admiral Lasky, and kudos to the Guam Defense Liaison Office, Farah Tapasnia. They put that together at the Dusit. It was pretty crowded. I think there was over 300 people, and we got to listen
Was
to...
it more?
Maybe more.
Yeah, it could have been
because
more.
I was counting all the tables, because that's where we have our gala.
Yes.
Our Veterans Gala.
Yeah, I think it was more.
More? Okay.
Yeah.
Because it was, every single table was filled.
Yes, just about. Yes.
And it was amazing to be there, to listen to, not everyone knows, what the numbers are, what's coming, what Guam's going to look like in 10 years. Yeah. And so to hear it from them, that was something, you should have been in the room. And I think it was recorded. We will ask Farah if it was recorded.
It was recorded, and they said they'll make it available. So.
Okay. But, we got to listen to, I think, the lunchtime briefer, Honorable Daryl Marks.
Oh, yes.
He's the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Energy, Installations, and Environment. And I think our first break, everyone went straight to him after his speech. Everyone was looking for him. But when we spoke to Vera, she said this is just the first one.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people, because the registration filled up really fast. It was open to everyone, and it was open up to organizations, government, community partners. And so we saw everyone there. We saw mayors there. We saw senators there. And so this is just the start, she said, and the conversation continues. And I know we asked to be, part of the conversation because, like you've always said, once these service members come here, what if they, fall in love with the island? What if they get married and they decide to make Guam their forever home? They're veterans. And when they're veterans, where are all the resources for them? We need to be doing something now to plan for them Because if we're fighting right now in 2025 for more resources, what does that look like in 10 years?
Exactly. And there's going to be a whole lot more that's going to be happening. And you know, we started talking about this 5 years ago when we first started out as a nonprofit with HMI.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Now it pays to spread the Better Together experience. With our brand new referral program, you can earn up to $150 in account credits for every referral you bring in. That's right, family, neighbors, friends, even your coworkers. Just pass them your account name and account number. When they sign up for Docomo Pacific service and drop your info, cha-ching! Credit applied. So spread the word and start stacking those savings. Additional conditions may apply. Docomo Pacific, we're better together.
And we just started talking about, hey, there's going to be this huge need to care for our existing veterans. Many veterans need some education about what's going on, and we really have to pay attention to that, right? And part of that says that there are going to be more services that we're going to need. There's going to be a need for more funding, and we see that already, right? We see that because many of these contractors that come to the island to do some work for the buildup are veterans, right? And they register in our system and they require services. There was a time when they discussed that the potential for having contractors receive care from the Naval Hospital. And even with that, we're still, knocking on the door about the MOU that we are involved in with the VA and with the Department of Defense, or Department of War now. But we continue to seek these services out, and it's something that we do need, right? And yes, our veterans are going to need more services. There are going to be more veterans coming here. So I had an interesting conversation with General Hashimoto, right? He's retired now, but he works out of Hawaii, and he had an opportunity to speak to us. Might have been last year, earlier this year, and he was involved when we first started doing the industry forums. And one of the things he mentioned was part of the reason we're not focusing or talking about veterans is because our leadership at the time had not made that a priority. So that's part of the reason why we're a little bit behind. Now that we have the Defense Forum, right, we should continue to push for that. And because we're so far behind, we need to play catch up. Now, that also means that our veterans out there need to come out. They need to do some things, right? This is not just a handout where, oh, just because you're a veteran, I'm going to knock on your door and give you money. No, if you have some disabilities and you go to the VA and you file your claim, right, the VA will do an examination and they will determine whether you need to be compensated. They will also do things where if you are able to have these things, right, if you get a compensation, an award or a percentage, now you are in the system and they can start providing you medical care. And those are all things that our veterans really need to pay attention to and come out and do, because again, if you don't come and file it, it's not going to matter for you.
Right. So I think it wrapped up with did we make it for the second day? I'm trying to remember. It was only 2 days, right? I think it was 2 days.
Yes, 2 days. So I think on the second day we had Mayor Tony Chargolev talk a little bit about veterans. I don't think they expounded on it at that point. However, they did, get an earful about the things we should be doing for our veterans out here and increasing that, that whole thought process of, hey, we have veterans here, let's take care of them. And if we just use what HMI has done, no funding, no resources, we do this on our own.
Yes.
We get our veterans to donate into HMI to continue to do this. So in essence, veterans are taking care of themselves. We need to kind of help change that, right? There should be resources. And people have often heard me say, when Gita gave money to dogs and didn't give any money to veterans, right? I don't believe it was their intention to do that. But the outcome is clear. We gave money to dogs at gain. And by the way, one of the people on their board is a veteran who is a VSO. So I'm trying to understand, is his heart to take care of the gain dogs and not take care of the veterans? So if you happen to be a VSO, wouldn't it also be in your mind that, hey, we're taking care of dogs, that's a great thing. Couldn't we take care of veterans too? Where's your input and information, right? And again, Gita has the opportunity to do this again next year or when their next cycle comes out and really take care of finding a way to fund our veterans. And if they can't do it with whatever's in existence, right? And let's just say, right, the veterans put in a terrible grant request. They don't need this money. So it's fine, right? They missed it this time. We'll care for the dogs. They'll come back next time and probably give us more money. And any amount of money that they give us is going to be something that we do need, right? And we need more things out here. We don't need just license plates. I mean, we appreciate that. Anything they give us is great. And our veterans have been so humble and saying, oh, okay, thank you, we appreciate it. And we should.
We should do a podcast about that, about what the other, I know we're not a state, but what the other states are offering veterans. Like, Texas is the most veteran-friendly state, right? Like, what do they offer them?
Yeah, I mean, and one of the easy ones to kind of just talk about is a state veterans home.
Right.
The VA pays for 65 to 75% of that.
70%.
Do our veterans not, are they not entitled to that? And if we're not, then that's fine. All you got to do is tell these poor unfortunate veteran souls out here, sorry guys, you guys are not real veterans. You don't require a state veterans home. And stop telling me about numbers, no matter who you are out there. Chico, California, and I just found Eugene, Oregon. The number of veterans they have is less than Guam. Their facilities are 10 times the size of our CBOC. And even if you added that expansion, it's still 10